dear students, today we are going to study about compounds of molecules and also regarding valency we will discuss today. In the last class we learned about molecules and also atomic mass. Both topics are important, revise them and study this topic for the upcoming class. First, let's learn about molecules of compounds. What are molecules of compounds? Atoms of different elements. Okay, atoms of different elements join together in a definite proportion to form what? Molecules of compounds. Atoms of different elements, they join together in a fixed proportion to form molecules of compounds. First, let's discuss about some of the molecules of compounds, some examples. That is compounds, the combining elements and ratio by mass. We already studied atomic mass in the previous class. First, water. Water is H2O, isn't it? And it contains what? Hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen, oxygen. The mass of hydrogen is what? H2O, hydrogen is 1. So, 2 hydrogens are there. So, it will be 2:, mass of oxygen is 16, isn't it? It is 2:16. But there is common factors, we will cut them. Then it will be what? 1:8. So, ratio by mass is 1:8. Okay, hydrogen is to oxygen. Hydrogen will always combine with oxygen to form a molecule of water in the ratio 1:8. Hydrogen is to oxygen is in the ratio 1:8. Next is ammonia. Okay, ammonia is what? NH3. Nitrogen and hydrogen are the combining elements in ammonia. Okay, nitrogen is 14 and there is hydrogen, but 3 hydrogens are there. So, what will be the ratio? It is nitrogen is to hydrogen. So, 14:3. There is no common factors to cancel. So, it will be what? 14:3. That is nitrogen and hydrogen will always combine in the ratio 14:3. Ratio by mass is what? 14:3 to form NH3 molecule. The ratio by mass is 14:3. Next example is carbon dioxide. CO2. That is carbon dioxide contains carbon and oxygen. Okay, CO2. Carbon and oxygen will be in the ratio 3:8. Okay, 3:8. Similarly, you can take the mass of carbon and also what? Oxygen. Then it will be in the ratio what? 3:8 because oxygen it is 16. 2 oxygens are there and also carbon it is 12. Okay, if you cancel them, okay, it will be like carbon 12:, what? Oxygen is 16. 16 into 2. We can cancel this 2 itself here. 2 and it will be what? 6:16. Similarly, we can cancel by 3. By 2. Here 3 2s are, isn't it? So, it is 3:8. Okay, cancel by 2 on the both sides. Then you will get the ratio is what? 3:8. Carbon and oxygen combines to form carbon dioxide molecule in the ratio 3:8. Okay, these are the 3 examples that you need to study. What are they? Water, ammonia and carbon dioxide. Water is H2O. The combining elements are hydrogen and oxygen. Ammonia is what? NH3. Combining elements are nitrogen and hydrogen. And the ratio by mass by which they combine is 14:3. Similarly, carbon and oxygen combine to form carbon dioxide and the ratio of combination of carbon and oxygen to form carbon dioxide is 3:8. These are the ratio by mass of different elements to form molecules of compounds. 1:8, 14:3 and 3:8 for water, ammonia and carbon dioxide. Consider water molecule. We already studied what? Hydrogen and oxygen combine in a ratio 1:2 to form water molecule. Now, let's look what is the ratio. Hydrogen and oxygen are the combining elements, isn't it? Ratio by mass is what? 1:8. This is what we studied. Next, atomic mass unit. For hydrogen is what? It is 1 itself. But for oxygen it is 16. The atomic mass of oxygen is 16. We already studied. Now, the mass ratio by atomic mass, that is ratio by mass divided by atomic mass. This value divided by this value. That is 1 by 1, isn't it? For hydrogen it is 1 by 1 and for oxygen it is 8 by 16. 8 by 16, that is 1 by 8 by 16 is 1 by 2 and here it is, the value is 1. So what will be the ratio? It is 2:1. Okay, by simple whole number ratios we will say the ratio. That is 2:1 will be the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen. So is the formula H2O. Okay, H2O. For 1 oxygen, 2 hydrogen will be there. H2O. Understood? Okay, the elements hydrogen and oxygen will combine the ratio 1:8. This is what we studied. That is, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and that of oxygen is 16. The next table is what? Mass ratio by atomic mass. Ratio is 1:1 for oxygen and similarly for 1:1 for hydrogen and similarly for oxygen it is 8 by 16, that is 1 by 2. So to make this 1:1 by 2 a ratio, you have studied, isn't it, to multiply both sides by 2. If you multiply this by 2, what you will get? 2:1. That is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, 2 hydrogen will combine with 1 oxygen. That is in the ratio by mass 1:8 to form water molecule. This is how we will find the ratio of combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Next topic is, what is an ion? I-O-N, ion. Okay, ions are charged species or charged particles, charged. Okay, the definition is, an ion is a charged species or a particle that can be negatively or positively charged. Ion is some species or some particle that is charged. They can be positively charged and negatively charged. Charged species that is negatively, that can be either negatively charged or positively charged. Okay, and these positively charged ions are known by the name. Okay, there is a name for positively charged ions. They are called as cations. C-A-T-I-O-N, cations. Positively charged ions are called as cations and negatively charged ion is known by the name anion. Positively charged ions are called as cations and negatively charged ions are called as anions. For example, consider sodium chloride, salt. In sodium chloride, the example is sodium chloride. Okay, the constant particles of sodium chloride are Na and Cl, isn't it? Sodium and chlorine will combine to form sodium chloride. So Na will be in the form of Na plus and Cl minus will combine together to form sodium chloride. Okay, sodium as sodium plus and chlorine as Cl minus. So here in the case of sodium chloride, which will be cation and which will be anion? Okay, example in sodium chloride, Na plus will be the cation and Cl minus will be the anion. This is an example, Na plus and Cl minus. Also another example is HCl, hydrogen chloride. Okay, HCl. Here H plus and Cl minus will combine. So H plus is an example of a cation and Cl minus similarly is an example of what? Anion. Okay. Positively charged are called as cations and negatively charged ions are called as anions. And the examples are sodium and Na plus and H plus in the case of cation and Cl minus in the case of anions. Clear? Some of the important characteristics of an ion we are going to study now. Okay, what are ions? They may contain a single charge species. Already we studied about cations and anions. They are single charge species having a charge. Single atoms having a charge are cations and anions. With a positive charge cation and a negative charge are anions. Okay, ions may consist of single charged atom or a group of atoms that will have a net charge. Okay, either they will be single atoms having a charge like Na plus or Cl minus, or ions can be what? They can be a group of atoms. Okay, group of atoms also can combine together and that have a net charge on them. Okay, group of atoms also can combine together and they will have a net charge on them. That is, a group of atoms that is carrying a charge are called as polyatomic ions. We already studied two categories of atoms having a charge, single atoms having a charge. Now we are going to study about group of atoms that are having or that are carrying a charge, and they are polyatomic ions. They are called as polyatomic ions, that is more than one atoms are present. For example, let's consider calcium oxide. What are the combining elements in calcium oxide? It will be calcium and oxygen. So, combining elements, calcium oxide is what? Formula is CaO. So, that is Ca. Calcium and oxygen are the combining elements, and atomic mass of calcium is studied. It is 40 and of oxygen is what? 16. So, ratio by mass we are going to write now. The ratio by mass of combination. Okay, ratio by mass. For calcium it is 40. Atomic mass of calcium is 40 and that of oxygen is 16. 40 is to 16. We can simplify them, isn't it? 40 is to 16. We can simplify it with 8 common factor. 8 5s are 40. So, 5 is to 8 2s are 16. 5 is to 2 will be the ratio by mass of calcium oxide, calcium and oxygen. Similarly, magnesium sulfide, that is MgS. MgS is magnesium sulfide. Consists of magnesium and sulfur. Magnesium sulfide. Magnesium atomic mass we studied. And also sulfur also we studied, isn't it? So, that will be what? 24 for magnesium, and that for sulfur it is what? 32. 24 is to 32. We can cut this also by 8 common factor, isn't it? So, it will be 3 is to 4. Okay, the ratio by mass by which magnesium and sulfide combines to form magnesium sulfide is 3 is to 4. Next example is sodium chloride. Okay, the similar example is what? Sodium chloride, NaCl. Combining elements are sodium and chlorine. We studied the mass, atomic mass of sodium as 32, isn't it? It is 23. Sorry, 32 is the mass of sulfur. Mass of sodium is 23. And mass of chlorine is what? 35.5. The previous class we studied, that is 35.5. So, there is no common factor among this. So, the ratio by mass of sodium chloride is 23 is to 35.5. Okay, we studied 3 examples. They are calcium oxide with a ratio by mass 5 is to 2. And magnesium sulfide, the ratio is 24 is to 32, and that we can simplify as 3 is to 4. Magnesium sulfide. And the last example is what? Sodium chloride with the formula NaCl. Combining elements are sodium and chloride, and the ratio by mass is 23 is to 35.5. Okay, we studied about ions and the characteristics of ions, classification, polyatomic ions, and also the ratio by mass of some of the ionic compounds. Okay, these three are examples of ionic compounds, compounds formed by ions. The most important topic in today's class is regarding valency. Okay, this may be a new term for you, valency. Let's look what is meant by valency. The combining power or the capacity of an element is known as what? Valency. It is the combining power, or the combining power also called as capacity of an element. Okay. The combining power or the capacity of an element is called as what? The term valency. This is the definition. Okay. Next important concept is for what valency is used. Valency is used to find out how the atom of one element will combine with the atom of another element to form a compound. Okay. Valency is the combining capacity of an element, and valency is used for finding how an atom of one element. Okay. If hydrogen, the combining capacity of hydrogen and oxygen to form water molecule, or the combining capacity of magnesium and oxygen to form what? Magnesium oxide, or magnesium and sulfur to form magnesium sulfide. The combining capacity of an element is called as valency. Okay, now we are going to study about the valencies. Valencies will be exhibited by metallic elements and also non-metallic elements, and also polyatomic ions will also exhibit different valencies, that is their different combining capacity to form a compound. We will study each valencies and their examples now. Let's discuss about the valency of metallic elements. Okay, with different valency 1, 2 and 3. Some of the examples of elements having valency 1 is sodium. Okay, what is the symbol of sodium we studied? Na. So, sodium plus, that means sodium plus 1. Similarly, potassium also shows a valency of plus 1, that is K plus. Okay, K plus or K plus 1 we will denote. Silver, the symbol is Ag, so it is Ag plus. Similarly, for copper, it is Cu plus. Okay, copper is in what? We will denote copper as in bracket 1 because copper has the ability to show more than one valency. The next is elements or metallic elements with a valency 2. First one is magnesium. Magnesium symbol is what? Mg. So Mg 2 plus, since the valency is what? 2. Calcium is what? Ca 2 plus. Calcium shows the valency of 2. Zinc, Zn is the symbol, isn't it? We studied in the previous class. Zinc with Zn shows a valency of 2. So, zinc 2 plus. Similarly, iron. Iron with the 2 valency. So, we will write in bracket as 2. So, it is what? Iron Fe 2 plus. Since the valency is 2 for iron. And at last, we have copper. In the valency 1 also, we saw what? Copper. Copper as plus 1. Similarly, copper shows what? 2 valency also. So, it is Cu2 plus copper. Clear? Next, with elements or metallic elements having a valency of plus 3. That is aluminium. Aluminium Al3 plus. Okay. And also iron. Iron is Fe3 plus. We already saw iron showing 2 valency. Iron 2 plus. Similarly, iron also shows 3 valency. So, there is copper that shows plus 1 valency and plus 2 valency. Similarly, iron with plus 2 valency and plus 3 valency. Take care of this element showing 2 valencies. Next on to elements that are non-metallic. Non-metallic elements with showing valency 1, valency 2 and valency 3. We will study some of the examples. Okay, look here, hydrogen. What is the symbol? H, isn't it? Hydrogen will be what? H plus 1. Okay, or H plus we will denote. Hydride. Okay, we studied what? There are cations and anions. Cations will be having a positive charge, that is elements with a positive valency. And also elements with a negative valency is what? Anions. Okay, hydride is an anion. So it will be H minus, that is minus 1 valency or minus 1 charge we can say. Chloride is Cl minus, that is Cl minus 1. Bromide Br minus. Okay. And also iodide is what? I minus. These are the examples of elements having a valency 1. Next on to elements with a valency 2. Oxide. Valency is what? 2. So it is O2 minus. Okay. And sulfide is what? S. Sulfur symbol is S. So sulfide means it is an anion. So S2 minus. Okay, only one example we need to study with the non-metallic elements with the valency 2, valency 3. Okay, nitride is N, nitrogen is N, nitride is N3 minus. Okay, be careful with the charge. Nitride is N3 minus. These are the examples of elements showing valency 1, 2 and 3 in the case of non-metallic elements. Moving on to polyatomic compounds. Polyatomic means more than one atom. So, okay, compounds formed with more than one atoms will be also having what? Valency, or they are also charged species. That is, first example element, polyatomic elements having valency 1. First example is ammonium. Ammonium. Okay, ammonium, the formula is what? NH4 with a valency 1, NH4 plus or NH4 plus 1 we can say. That is the charge. Hydroxide, more than one atom, that is oxygen and hydrogen, OH minus. That is negative 1 is the valency. Nitrate, that is NO3, nitrate, nitrogen and oxygen, NO3 minus. Listen carefully. Next is hydrogen carbonate. There is hydrogen and carbon and oxygen. Here HCO3 minus. Okay, HCO3 minus. Hydrogen carbonate. We studied ammonium NH4 plus. Hydroxide is OH minus. Nitrate is NO3 minus. Hydrogen carbonate is what? HCO3 minus. These are the examples having a valency 1. Like OH minus, that is hydroxide with minus 1, and also it can be ammonium with NH4 plus. Next on to elements or polyatomic compounds having valency 2. Example is carbonate. Carbonate CO3 minus or 2 minus. Okay, CO3 2 minus, negative charge species. Sulfite and also sulfate. Listen carefully here. Sulfite is SULPHITE and sulfate is SULPHATE. Okay, sulfate and sulfite. SO4. Okay, SO4. SO3 2 minus is sulfite. SO3 2 minus is sulfite and sulfate is what? SO4 2 minus. Okay, only change in the number of oxygen. In sulfite SO3 and in sulfate it is SO4 2 minus. Next on to phosphate. Okay, that is PO4 phosphate. PO4 and the valency is 3 minus. These are the examples of polyatomic compounds with the valency 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is important. Study carefully. Okay, the charges. Phosphate is PO4 3 minus. Sulfite is what? Sulfite. SO3 2 minus and sulfate is SO4 2 minus. Okay, that's all. So dear students, we are going to conclude today's session. Today we learned about molecules of compounds, about ions, the definition, cation, anion, and about polyatomic ions we learned. Then we learned about an important concept, valency, and the valency of metallic, non-metallic and polyatomic ions we discussed. This last part is very important. You should study and come for the next session. The valency of the compounds, Then we will study how they combine to form compounds. Okay, how we can predict the chemical formula of a compound we will discuss in the next live session. Thank you.